Boy, was the money printer turned on today. It is a Tuesday. It's a post-bank holiday. You know what those two in an equation equal? Astonishing price action, man. Astonishing price action. Just know that on a Tuesday or a Thursday, plus a bank holiday opening gap range, price delivery is going to be extremely efficient and extremely clean. So in this video, I'm going to be going over how I am up a total of $7,500 across my 8 accounts that took me 2 trades to get there. So let's get into it. So plain and simple, starting it off right, here's my executions for the second trade of the day that I took. Easy trade. We'll go over how I got into it, whatever, in a hot minute. But this trade ended up making me $5,200 on the day. Now, if we go over to TradeSync, we can see my total P&L. So I said earlier, I ended up taking 2 trades today, and that is exactly right. I'm up $7,500, and I ended up taking my New York AM trade that I showed you just now on all of my accounts, and I also took 1 trade on each of my Alpha Futures accounts in the London session, which I never do, and I probably will never do again for a long time. But I felt like copying on the markets, and we capitalized on every single second we were on it this morning. So finally, before we get into the trade recap, yesterday I ended up opening up 2 My Fund and Future Rapid accounts. If you didn't watch last week's videos, you wouldn't have known that I ended up blowing 3 accounts of My Fund and Future evaluations on Wednesday and another 3 on Friday, which was very unfortunate, but I got dealt the hand that My Fund and Futures ended up playing me with. So yesterday, I ended up opening 2 more rapid evaluations. I hit a $1,500 day yesterday, $2,200 day today. That sets us at an account balance of $53K, and we passed those accounts. So yippee, man, we have had a great day. We're up $7,500. We passed 2 evaluations. So let's just get into the trade recap, man. What you people have been waiting for. Now, I'm going to try and stay off the 1-minute chart as much as possible in this because I hate seeing gaps like this. There is zero reason for TradingView to bug out and produce some stupid gap like this that does not exist in the markets. But without further ado, let's get into the trade, boys. So if I just take off executions quickly. Okay, so clean the chart up. Top-down analysis first. Weekly chart. What did we see last week? We saw a change in state delivery. We saw the weekly bearish change in state delivery hold. Price delivered to the downside. On the daily time frame, we can see that the S&T that drove price down last week is still intact. We're still holding bearish structure. We have also got a daily bearish for value gap above. Today's trade was based purely off of structure in the markets. On the weekly time frame, what trend are we in? We are in a downtrend. On the daily time frame, what trend are we in? We are in a downtrend. Whether or not this daily fair value gap has got taken or not, it does not matter because you can see in these charts the momentum that is being produced. Having today opening up with all of this buy side liquidity, it genuinely does not matter because the markets are going to drive to whatever trend they're already in. The pre-existing draw on liquidity will always get swept. Our pre-existing draw on liquidity is November's low. November's low. Once this low gets taken, this sell side model will get complete. But more so, if we look internally in the charts, what can we see? We can see a bearish trend. Oh my God, people, like, it's funny that we're in a high time frame bearish trend. We're in a low time frame bearish trend. What signifies that we're in a bearish trend? Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. It's as simple as that, man. If we draw out the Omega draws on liquidity for today, they were Asia high, London high. Let me actually just put the sessions indicator on. We got Asia high resting right here. We have got London high resting right here. The lows of the day are just off the table because they've got no significance anymore. And we've got the opening gap range, obviously. So taking into account price, we can expect to fill this bank holiday opening gap range instantly because it is such a strong draw on liquidity. Seeing that price is held up at the bank holiday opening gap high, and it has not taken out Asia high, and it has not put in any bullish SMTs, we can understand that price has a very high likelihood of dropping off to the downside. And that is specifically because where are we in the markets? We're at a very strong key level. What are we also in? We are in a very strong internal downtrend. What are we also doing at this point? We're manipulating people to buy the market who are anticipating some kind of bullish SMT to get put in, or just specifically Asia's high to get taken out. And what do? Price reverses to the downside. If we go on the 1 minute time frame, we can see that there's a big fair value gap resting here. There's also a small one here. If we just take into account, both of them have got inversed with force. There has been no retracements inside this leg. There's an internal small fair value gap here. Did it get retraced into? No. There's a big fair value gap here. Did it get retraced into? No. What is that telling us in the markets? That is telling us that we are holding our internal bearish trend. We are manipulating people into buying the market, anticipating that Asia high is going to get swept out, but little do they know they are the liquidity for the markets to pull to the actual direction. So going to the low time frames, we can see that price has zero remorse for a retracement. So the first retracement that gets put in, we are going to get in on. Price comes to the upside. It goes down again. We enter. Our break-even point is going to be New York AM's current session low. Now, I ended up moving my stop loss to break even as soon as the bank holiday opening gap got swept because it is just such a strong draw on liquidity. And thank God, price ended up coming one tick away from my break even spot. It didn't break even me. It ran all the way to the downside and took me out for a full take profit. So, what a bloody day on the markets. That was probably a bit too loud, but man, I mean, the emphasis I can put on just learning the structural game of the markets is just, whoo, light bulb movement. But anyway, hopefully today you boys did capitalize like me on this trade. If not, you capitalized on buys. Personally, I was only looking for sells in the markets. Well, I actually had a very loose bias going into the morning. But anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope you have learned something from it, and I'll see you tomorrow.